Trees are weird. Not just strange in a biological way, but strange in a way that makes you question your entire life. Because when you study how trees actually behave, how they grow, how they fight, how they communicate, and how they survive, you begin to realize something uncomfortable: trees live the way humans wish they could. Trees manage to be still yet powerful, vulnerable yet unbreakable, wounded yet alive. And that's why their behavior exposes a truth about us we try very hard to avoid. Let's start with the strangest fact of all: most of a tree is dead. The trunk, the rings, the wood we consider alive, all of it is dead tissue. Only a thin layer, hiding just beneath the bark, is alive. That single living layer keeps the entire structure going. The rest of the tree is made of the remains of who it used to be. Every former version of itself becomes part of its strength. Humans do the opposite. We run from the people we used to be. We bury our mistakes. We hide our regrets. We feel ashamed of the chapters that hurt us. We try to pretend our old selves never existed. But a tree never does that. A tree becomes stronger because it keeps every version of itself. It doesn't delete its past. It stacks it. It builds with it. It turns every former self into wood, into structure, into support. A tree grows by adding its dead parts to its body. And maybe that's why we collapse when life gets heavy. We throw away the parts of ourselves that were meant to hold us up. The forest might look peaceful, but it's a battleground. Trees compete for sunlight, but they never lose themselves while doing it. They stretch, lean, twist, and angle toward the light they need. But they don't sabotage each other. They don't obsess over which tree is taller. They don't compare themselves into misery. They don't give up because someone else has a better position. Trees follow one rule: grow where you can grow. Reach for the light that reaches you. Humans have forgotten this. We chase other people's sunlight. We measure ourselves with rulers that don't belong to us. We try to succeed in places our roots were never meant to be. But trees remind us: your path, your growth, your light, these things belong to you alone. Trying to grow in someone else's direction only starves your potential. And then there are the roots. A tree's roots are often bigger than its branches. The unseen part is the strongest part. A tree invests in what no one can see. It invests deeply. Because it understands something humans don't: what's underground shapes everything above. But we live upside down. We put all our energy into the external, our reputation, our appearance, our achievements, while ignoring the internal, our beliefs, wounds, patterns, fears, and emotional stability. We polish the crown while letting the roots rot. But when storms come, only roots matter. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because their ambition grew faster than their emotional foundation. A tree can only rise if it sinks first. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're just unrooted. Trees look still, but they move constantly, so slowly that humans can't see it. They grow quietly. They change gradually. They adapt subtly. And yet, their transformation is real. Life has convinced us that change must be loud. That progress must be visible. That healing must be dramatic. But trees whisper a different truth: silent progress is still progress. You don't need an audience to grow. You don't need validation to heal. You don't need to announce you're becoming. Real transformation is quiet, internal, private. Now consider the bark. Strong, unapologetic, protective. It decides what enters and what doesn't. It does not explain itself. It does not negotiate. It does not feel guilty for saying no. A tree understands that without boundaries, it dies. Humans struggle with this more than anything. We fear saying no. We fear hurting others. We allow harmful people access to our emotional core. We let guilt determine who we protect. But a tree never sacrifices its safety to seem nice. The bark is not cruelty. It is life support. You are allowed to protect yourself. You are allowed to create distance. You are allowed to build boundaries that feel like bark, strong enough to keep you alive. Trees can also grow too fast. They can become tall and impressive but unstable. When their ambition outruns their roots, they fall. Humans do this all the time. We chase rapid success. We try to transform overnight. We jump into relationships, careers, identities, and goals our emotional structure cannot handle. It feels exciting, until life sends a storm. Growth that isn't grounded isn't growth. It's collapse waiting to happen. Trees teach you to expand only at the speed your roots can support. Here's another strange truth: forests are communities. Trees communicate with each other. They share nutrients with weaker trees. They warn about danger. They support their injured neighbors. They connect through vast underground networks of fungi. Trees don't survive alone. They survive as an ecosystem. Humans pretend to be independent. We isolate ourselves when we're hurting. We hide our deepest feelings. We pretend we don't need anyone. But loneliness exhausts us because we are not designed for isolation. We are social organisms pretending to be individual machines. Trees reveal the truth: connection is survival. Asking for help is not weakness. Supporting others strengthens you. You don't thrive alone. You thrive together. And then, the scars. A tree never heals perfectly. Every wound stays visible forever. But the tree does something extraordinary: it grows around its wounds. It doesn't erase them. It doesn't hide them. It builds from them. Humans chase perfect healing. We want to get over things. We want our pain to disappear as if it never existed. But real healing is not erasing the wound. Real healing is becoming someone strong enough to carry it. Your scars do not make you unlovable. They make you human. They make you layered. They make you real. And now we reach the heart of this entire journey, the psychological moment where trees expose the truth we most fear. Why are you afraid of being still? Why does silence make you anxious? What parts of yourself are you running from? Why do you treat your past like a prison instead of a foundation? Why do you chase other people's light instead of finding your own? Why do you keep pretending you don't need connection, when everything alive requires it? Why do you hide your wounds as if perfection is the price of being loved? And the final question, the burning question that sits underneath all the rest: if a tree can grow into something magnificent simply by accepting what it is, why can't you? Maybe trees feel weird to us because they live the way humans were meant to live: slowly, steadily, honestly, connected, grounded, scarred, and unafraid of being exactly themselves. Maybe the reason you feel lost is because you have been living against your own nature. And maybe the moment you stop running, stop rushing, stop comparing, stop apologizing, and start growing where you are planted, that's the moment your real life begins again. Trees are weird, yes. But maybe the truth is this: trees aren't weird at all. Humans are the ones who have forgotten how to live.